Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Okay, so today we're continuing with our papercraft bender. And I know last time I mentioned that I was thinking of doing some trees to take the whole thing to its dumbest extreme. But as I was thinking, I was like, we could do something dumber. Mushroom dwellings. So that's what we're going to try and do today. I don't know if it will work. I don't know if it will look any good, but we're gonna try. Okay, so with that, hi Charlene, hi Chris, hi Lisa, and hi Campeterine. Good to see you. They look small, but they have mushroom inside. Yeah. Also, Chris, for some very strange reason, Google seems to have, YouTube seems to have translated your comment to WTF, which was very strange. Okay, and yeah, these are places where fungi hang out. It's okay, we're all fungi. Except Lisa, she's just fungal. Okay, so before we get started, let's drop in some information. Okay, community showcase for today will be in the YouTube community tab, as I mentioned last time. We've already got some pictures in there, so we'll have a look at those later. And if anyone wants to jump into the papercraft challenge, there's still time. We're still 2 good weeks away from the deadline, which is the 30th of August. So if you want information about that, you can just hop in here. Okay, and if you want to get the templates for the barrels that we were making last time, this is what they look like assembled. I've had the time to put them together this week. You can grab the templates for free from my Patreon. There's no paywall. You can just jump in and download them. I don't think you even need a Patreon account. So just go in and grab them if you want them. Okay. We're going to be working in Blender again. As soon as I find out where I put it. Oh, there it is. And same drill as last time. So let's bring it down to millimeters. I don't. I have not been crafting anything to put in the showcase. However, I will accidentally be being crafty on paper this evening. I'll be working on drawing a map. Oh, nice. I was looking stuff up for the papercraft challenge, and I've come up with a bunch of stuff that I've been throwing in Discord. One of them, which was really interesting, was a guy aging props or making. I believe it was an Indiana Jones Grail diary, so they got it off somewhere really cheap, and then they just spent time aging it and modifying the props and so on, and that was super interesting. And again, it is papercraft, so definitely good inspiration. What I've been finding a lot of is this cardboard engineering, which is really fascinating. So it's like making basically furniture or heavy duty stuff out of cardboard. I don't think I'll be doing anything of that for the challenge, but I have a couple of ideas for things that I might be wanting to make later. So yeah, that's. It does also include making your own glue and stuff, which I will be definitely experimenting on, but it looks like a very deep and interesting rabbit hole. Hi Lee, good to see you. I have been very busy crafting on the papercraft challenge, but it's just random parts and not really showcase material. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, okay. So this time we're going to make something a bit bigger. How much bigger? I'm not sure, but I'll try to keep the first one at least within like 10 centimeter footprint. What I will be adding first though is I must always get these mixed up. I'm just going to add a very small cube. This is a 2 by 2 cube, 2 by 2 centimeter cube. And this will be just to give us an idea of the size of a miniature. I'm going to scale this like something about the size of a goblin or a halfling lives in there. So 2 by 2 centimeters should be fine. Just going to give it a color so that we know what it is. Okay. So we'll just be bringing that in and out just to check the dimensions. And I'm going to make a larger one. Okay, that's going to be our boundary. So as we work, we can bring it in and out to check that it's still fitting within that limit. I'm building little boxes that you can run and you can print off. Oh, nice. I mean, if you have any suggestions or feedback, like how I can make the template easier to work with or whatever, please just drop me a line when you can. I know that the barrels can be super fiddly, especially because the flaps are very small. But even with the boxes, I think I did have a couple of ideas. So we'll see where that goes. There's a guy I used to watch who builds full-size furniture of corrugated and craft. I'll see if I can find his channel again and drop the link in your Discord. Yeah, thanks. I mean, that is super interesting. And yeah, I mean, I was surprised that it can take that kind of weight. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way for a bit. And we're going to start with a cylinder again. Okay, radius is going to be 500. And I'm going to start with a height of 500 millimeters as well, because then this will be the bottom part of the mushroom, and then we've got the top part, which will be again bringing this up to 10. Okay, where's our little guy? Ah, yeah, I think that might have been too large. So again, oh yeah, sorry, it's base 10, not base 100. Okay, and again, 32 is going to be a lot of faces to work with on paper, so we're going to bring it down to 16. Since it's a bit bigger, we cannot work with 8 faces like we did with the barrels. I think 32 is a bit too much, 8 is a bit too little, so I think 16 is a decent compromise. See. The barrels are hard to build. They are tricky. Like I said, they're very fiddly to make. I mean, I found a couple of tricks to make it easier. And if you just follow a particular sequence, it's a bit easier. I put that in my most recent video. But they can still be a bit fiddly. I think it also depends on the kind of paper. If you use very thin paper, it might just not hold together well enough while you're manipulating it. But yeah, any feedback about the design and any possible improvements would be appreciated. Okay. So right on this one, we're going to need to get the typical, mushroom shape. And I'm doing it this way because this will be a fairly low polygon model. If it was a more detailed one, there are better ways of doing this. But since this is a fairly simple one, this kind of box modeling is perfectly fine. So I've put in a loop cut in there. And I'm going to scale the bottom part so it goes in a bit. So this is the first one. Oops. Okay, same thing with the top. Okay, and I think I'll want another cut in here to make it a bit more rounded. And that's the start of our mushroom. Now we're going to need to build the cap for that. So I'm going on face selection. Okay, now this will basically replicate that surface. So what I did was press E for extrude once, and I'm just going to hit enter without changing anything. So what that should do is create a separate set of faces over there, which we can scale. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can see that's going past our boundary, so let's bring it back in like that. Now, what I'm thinking is I don't really like the way those sections are laid out, but we should be able to work with that. But what we don't need for sure is this. If my mouse decides to answer, please. There we go. This face in here, I don't think we're going to need it. But we'll see. Anyway, let's bring that up into a mushroom cap. I'm going to extrude again. Scale it out, extrude. Scale it up. So all I'm doing here is literally just extruding the thing and then scaling it down. Okay. I think all this could stand to be a bit lower. There's this cut over here which looks like a bit too much. So if we select all of this, okay, let's just start. I think what we need to do is we've grabbed those edges just at the inside of that cut over there. And we're going to scale it out so that it's not as drastic. Okay, yeah, I think that looks a bit more pleasant. Okay, we're fine. So what I'm doing right now is checking the inside of the structure just to make sure that there are no weird pieces left over inside, because that would make it pretty annoying to take care of. Okay, so what do we do from here? Well, for sure we're going to need a seam somewhere along this line. So that we can unfold the whole thing. But I think I'll also make this in two parts so that the body of the mushroom and the cap come in two separate parts. It could be done in one part, but I think that would be a bit much. Okay, let's also separate out that. This circle here is small enough, it's fine, but this base would be pretty large. So I don't want it to be connected to the rest of the stuff. Okay, next we also want to break off here. Now, in theory, the papercraft plugin should already be able to start making some decisions about how to break it up with just what we gave it. So let's see if it actually makes anything. Let me just save this first. Okay, I've got my presets saved here. I'm going with those. An island is too big to fit on the page. Oh, okay, that's not good. So basically, this error means that one of the parts is literally too large to fit on any 4 page. I'm going to fudge it for now and try to put it on an A3 page just so that I can see where the problems are. Oh, come on. Okay. So just 1 second, and I'll bring up the PDF. Now, in theory, the plugin can actually do multiple pages if it needs to, but if a single piece cannot fit on the on a page, then it's going to have problems with that. Karl's mothership, seriously. Okay, so this is what it broke it down to. As you can see, it's I don't know. It does look very cool. I mean, but I don't think that's something that I would want to cut out and glue together. So we'll definitely want to break those up somewhere. Possibly make them up in at least 2 sections. I'm guessing this would be the base. This is the cap over here. So we definitely need to separate. At least we need to separate the bottom of the cap from the top. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so we've already split down here. Now I would say we could have a seam on here to simplify this, or we could have a seam here. I think I prefer to go for the lower one, I think, because that's going to be less visible. So the way I try to look at it is always put the seams in the least evident places. You're always going to have an outer seam like this, but other seams you try to put them in the least obvious places, somewhere that will be hidden by the model itself anyway. I mean, this could still end up coming out terrible. It's perfectly fine. Now this cap, yeah, I think we'll also need to put a split here. This could be very visible, but let's see how that goes. Thing is that the way it is, I could potentially bring out these parts so that they meet at a point in the middle, but I think that would actually be worse because you would be working with some very thin points in there. So it's having these white points and then covering them up with a large circle, or a lot of thin points meeting in the center. And the problem with that is that those points are going to be very fragile until you lock them all together. They're going to get mushed up. No, no pun intended. That was entirely unintentional. So let's see about breaking this off. Okay. Now, in theory, we should be able to. Let's see. We could keep this ring as one part and then have the other rings of it. To do that, we just need to split these sections here. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, select loops. I think it's this one. There we go. Edge rings. Okay. And we're going to do the same with these. Okay, so I have a full seam over here. Then we're going to have this ring, and then we're going to have these as separate flaps. It should look a bit like a sunflower, I guess. Yeah, trying to bring it to points is aggravating. I was trying to do that with my, yeah, I understand that. I can imagine that. Okay. Get an AI generated summary for this PDF. Are you being stupid right now, Acrobat? What the hell? I'm kind of curious to see what kind of summary it would make of this thing, but no, no, we're not doing that. So this is what the cap looks right now. I'm already seeing some problems because we've got some overlap on the flaps right here, which we can correct with the settings. Mainly, the main problem I think is that this is extremely thin. It's like we're depending on that to hold together these two big chunks. We should be able to fix that by changing the angle. I would think changing the angle of the cap. Or maybe we could split it up in some other way. I mean, realistically, we could split this up in separate parts completely, which I guess is doable. I don't know if that would be more work, less work, more trouble. I have no idea. But to be honest, I think it might actually be easier to put together. It would definitely be easier to cut than this. So let's give it a shot. Okay. I'm sure this is much more straightforward if you actually know what you're doing. So now we've got the cap cut up in these bands. Oops. So again, possibly for this one, I think I might end up redrawing some of them manually because I'm not sure I like the way that's going over there. When I say redrawing them manually, I mean like keeping the bulk of the shape, but then setting up the flaps myself. Because again, I mean, those parts are identical. There's no need for them to have all these different cutting systems. Plus, if they're all the same, it's easier for people to cut them out and glue them. This one will definitely need to split up. And yeah, thinking about it, because we're splitting this up in segments already, we don't even need to. We don't even need to have separate rings in there, in this part. So what I'm going to do here is, nope, not that. I'm going to mark those as seams. And I'm going to say that this is no longer a seam. So now all this whole part stretching from here to here is one part. Now, would this be a pain in the ass to build? I don't know. As usual, we'll just have to print it out and find out. Hey, Chris Bertering, good to see you. Ah, you're not late. We're there just cludging here. Throwing ideas at the mushroom and seeing what sticks. Okay, so top of the mushroom, this is the large side going down. Then these folds are the part where it curves around, and then this is the bottom of the cap. And like I said, all of these are fundamentally the same shape. It's just the tab arrangements are different. So I think I might end up picking one and just making one set of tabs. Ooh. Yeah, I think it might have gone a bit too heavy for this plugin. We'll see. We're good. This needs to be fixed because again, that part is too large to go on a regular A4 page. Never mind a letter size page. Everything else I think we can work around. Okay, I think, yeah, I think the that weird double ring was the body of the mushroom. So if we open it up, we should be able to. Let's try it like that first. Okay, so it will fit on A4 page now, which is an improvement. Right. And here we've got the new arrangement. It's instead of being broken up along this line, it's now broken up along the those fingers. This I don't mind. I think this is straightforward enough to cut out, especially considering what we're making. So, oh, any thoughts? I mean, like, does it look too complicated? Does it look like it has any particular flaws? It's definitely less annoying than the berries because there is some meat on those tabs at least. That here. Okay, I think it's enough to get a start with this. The the cap can definitely use more work, but I think we can just tune it out later. I'm pretty sure there will be some manual intervention required at some point. Now, what I will also need to do is put a chimney in here somewhere. Can start with a cube. Let's call it. Let's see. Maybe make it a little taller. And that would put it somewhere in on there. Actually, to be honest, I don't think it makes. Yeah, let's make it a separate object. As long as the size is okay, the positioning on that shouldn't really matter. I think at least. We'll see. We'll see. So let's see. So I'm changing the snapping to the closest face and gave this align rotation, so that should move the. It's just for display while we're looking at it here, just to see what it would look like. Okay, kind of like that. So this will be textured as a separate part, so we'll need to figure out those angles later. But again, this is okay so far. Okay, let's put some color in this. Okay. Why do I have that cube in there? No, we don't. We do not want the cube. So these are all the parts of the. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare to to paint. Although can figure it out. So in this case, what we might want to do is probably have two different sets of seams, one for the printable model and one for the display. Or we could try to assemble these, which would be a whole lot easier if they were near each other. Yeah, this is definitely going to be filed under seemed like a good idea at the time, because I think it would be a much more work than I thought it would be. So these two go together. Okay. This one goes next to this one. Okay. People don't try this at home. I am a highly skilled idiot. So now we want this one. I'm pretty sure there are a million ways that are easier to build this. Somehow I seem to have logged into the worst possible way. I said, I mean, the thing is this: if we manage to get this thing done, I mean, if you can get the dumbest thing done, then you can probably build smarter things. I didn't go for, I don't know, making a building for this one because those are basically rectangles. They're super easy to make. I've done them before. I published the templates before, but something with curved shapes like this, that's why I thought it would be interesting. I am slightly regretting my choices. Slightly, not much. Because even if this fails completely, I mean, I'll still have learned something new. Something new is usually don't do that, or at least not this way. Like I mentioned last time, most of my learning process is fuck around and find out. So this is just normal Sunday. And some people might say, why didn't you test out before the stream? But where's the fun in that? Oops, no, that we definitely not want. Okay, okay. So these two absolutely need to be together. So let's move them out of the way for a sec. These, I think we need to scale down a bit so that they will fit. There. Okay, ideally the larger the thing is, the more detail you can actually. Yeah, this can be this is the bottom of the thing. We don't need that size. Oops. That's fine because there will be literally no detail on that. We can live with that. This one will have. I'm planning to paint some doors and windows on it eventually, so that needs a little size. And this is what I'm going to try to make as large as we can get away with. And again, it's important to keep them within the boundary of that box. Because one thing I found, for example, is with most paint applications, if you're painting on something that is literally on the edge of the canvas file, what have you, it can get messed up sometimes. Either it might clip a little, there might be some distortions or so on. Again, it could be just me using the application wrong. So yeah, export UV layout. Okay. And I am going to try to do something a little different this time. I'm going to try to use the texture painter as much as possible so that, for example, marking something such as the scale of the door and so on should be a little easier. Because we've got our little miniature proxy here, which we can use to measure things out. Okay, now I'm going to add a texture to the mushroom. Oh, it's only got half of it, damn it. I'm going to make two of these because I'm going to keep one to paint on and use the other one as a layout. And the one we want to add to the mushroom is the layout one. Where'd it go? Why did it not load the texture? Ah, okay, because it's all transparent. No, I should remember to think sometimes. Okay, colors. Let's go for a nice toxic red for the cup. It's easier when you have a gigantic brush. That's fine. But I'm still wondering why this didn't update. That's strange. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there we go. For some reason it had another... this is super weird. Let's try this from the top. So, new material. Image texture, open. Okay. So what's happening here is that it's basically ignoring this information. Which is very strange, as I've never had anything do that before. We're doing science. What if it's something to do with the... Oh, and here it's fine. That's interesting. Very weird. I'm going to export this to see how it turns out. So then we know that if the texture painter is using the correct texture or the modeling view is using the correct texture. Like I said, it's super weird. I've never seen this happen before because the texture is either completely messed up or not messed up, rather than being messed up in some screens and not in the others. From materials, okay. Like I said, we're learning stuff. Mostly not sensible stuff, but we are learning stuff. Okay, yeah. So the texture painter is lying basically, because this is what it looks like. Hmm. Definitely going to need to troubleshoot this. Sorry, I should actually show you the thing. So what we're seeing here is basically the model seems to be ignoring the map we gave it. Probably missed a step somewhere or something, but I don't really think so. So instead of just using the map that we gave it, it's just going like, yep, I'm just going to do whatever I like. Which is, in this case, it's not a very sensible thing that it's doing. Let's see what we can do about it. So let's see. Again, this stuff is controlled to here, right? Uh, the UV mode. UV layout, I mean, sorry. No, this. It's kind of strange. It's kind of like this has decided to be stupid. Very strange. Unless... Let's see. I'm wondering if I've gotten the materials on separate parts, because this one that looks like it's pointing at something. Let's see. How do we fix this? We'll need a material for sure, so let's start with that. See, maybe if we change the image here. No, it didn't do any difference, and yeah, shouldn't really. Okay, let's. I don't want this. Wanted to do this. Is there a way to save these? I guess not. So what we're going to do is let's try a smart UV. See what happens. Might just break all these down. Ugh. Yep, that's first. Yep, no. Okay. You know what? I am going to call a quick bathroom break, and yeah, then we'll figure this out later. So catch you guys in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Also took the opportunity to have a quick mid-stream costume change. Yeah, I'm really glad that it's already August, and yeah, hopefully it should cool down really soon. Everybody having fun, guys? I'll be honest, the puns were thinner on the ground than I expected. You have to step it up. Come on. But yeah, while we're here, just going to drop a link to Lisa's stream on Wednesday on Just Fucking With You, where we'll be talking with Peter Lang from Tales from Elsewhere. Peter's a great guy. I've had him on the stream before. Great fun to talk to. So it will be great to catch up with him. I think I'm pretty sure his game is very near to being published. So yeah, that's definitely something we will want to ask him about. Okay, and a quick reminder for the community showcase, and we'll dive back into trying to troubleshoot this thing. This thing is kind of annoying because okay, okay, you deserve this. I was going to yes, community showcase. There we go. And back to figuring this out. I think the solution to this is actually just clearing out all the UVs and starting again. I think. But let's see what. Let's try this. I mean, I think this particular file is a write-off, so might as well try a few things. Yeah, no, no, that definitely did not work. Okay, and this is where we started. So we did say that this one we don't need to have that large, so it can be shrunk. Let me remove the image from background. Otherwise, it's just getting in the way. This one we can move out of the view for now. So again, these two go together. Then this. Let me try to put them in a line first, and then we'll figure out the if we need to bend them or whatever. So for now, I'm just putting them in a line. Yeah, that's the problem with super powerful tools. I mean, you have to learn to use them. I have been using Blender for a few years, but it's in a very kludgy way. So just doing a few things like I said, buildings super easy to make because they're literally just boxes. And like you saw, the barrels last week were not that much of a problem because compared to this, they're relatively simple shape. But yeah, the experience shows as soon as I try anything remotely more complicated than that. Oh yeah, the wrong end. I think we wanted this one. Okay, this is not ideal, but since I'm planning to use the texture painter anyway, it should not be that much of a big deal. Okay. Okay, now when you've got parts like this, which we don't really care what's going on there, you still want to keep them in this area. Reason being that basically the texture will tile. If you've got something outside this area, it's not going to be random, but it's very annoying to control what's going on outside of there. So we want to export that layout. Sure, yeah, export layout. Okay, so if we reload the layout, it should look a bit more sensible now. It's most certainly not. It's literally just picking something else. Oh well. I'm just going to give this one last try over here. After I remember to export all the parts. I think at some point I'm just going to have to declare myself defeated by a mushroom. Isn't it? If you rotate the stripe, the stalk, you might be able to nestle the end on the gap on the right. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Chris. I'm also finding it kind of weird that moving this doesn't actually change anything. I mean, I might as well go for a broke here and try it this way. So what I did now was clear all the seams and re-export the thing. But no, no, that did not work. This kind of looks like fun. It looks like kind of an angry creature with massive teeth. On the I see. I mean, like the layout in which we're packing the parts on here. Yeah, I think that's not the main problem, to be honest. It's like I literally can't understand why it's behaving like this today. I'm thinking maybe it does not want to be a fungi. It wants to be a serious guy. Is that what you want? I As far as the template go, I think we've got it to a workable position. This texture thing is going to be a blocker to actually get it anywhere useful. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, like, let's see. Basically, the plan here was just. I can show you what I was planning to do just on this one, but I don't think it's going to work out very well. Okay. So basically, because we're using the painter, we don't need to worry about. Remember with the barrels last time, we had to worry about the gaps between the things. Now here we can just. No, blur isn't going to. Yeah, let's use the airbrush. Go for a white. So you see, that's going between here and here because that's where the segments are split up. I'll probably be doing this, but thinking about it, when I do the final layout, I might want to not have these dots straddling the divisions because that's where the paper will have to get glued, and since there's literally a circle drawn on there, if you get it off by a little bit, that's going to be super visible. So I might want to limit myself to putting the dots in the middle of the flat surfaces. Maybe another block to the chimney that angles straight up. So it's kind of like going like this. Yeah, might do that. But again, remember that anything you add here is going to be more cutting and more gluing. I, adding another block is not a big deal to be honest, so that should not be much. Featured article in this month's No Modern Architecture magazine. It's called GMAB, the No Modern Architect magazine. Architecture. I've got one last thing that maybe, let's see. Excuse me. Trying to see. There's an option here somewhere to show which direction the faces are oriented in. And where the normals are. Can't tell why the normal thing is not coming up. Ah, here it is. Okay. So those blue lines are pointing, are showing the way that the face is oriented because all these polygons are really one-sided, so if you're looking at it from the inside, it would look different. But everything seems to be oriented correctly, so that is not the problem. Which is annoying because literally all you have to do to solve that is to to flip the faces around. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, let's keep going with the plan. We'll figure out the texture later eventually. Maybe one day, someday, somewhere. Because we've also got we've got this proxy block here, which is where we about the size of a miniature. So what we can do is we can use this to mark out where the door will go. My plan was basically to do all the rough work in here and then move on to a paint application to refine it. But for example, yeah, that could be the outline of the door, and then we can go another application, which we will not do today because I need to figure out this thing first. Hmm. Thinking about this, it might actually be better to have like a little block coming out here so that the door is on a flat surface. And let's see. I was also planning to have a little window over here. About here high. Again, I try to keep it to the flat area. Actually, let's do that. Oh, that's a perfect circle, yeah. And the idea here isn't to get it like the finished thing is just marking out where we want whatever thing. So kind of like a sketch, if you'll. Yeah, and let's do the chimney thing as well. So I'm going to extrude that. And let's see, I think you meant something like that, yeah? Oh, that's kind of twisted. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right now it's looking even more like a demented mushroom monster. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is as far as we're going to get today with this because that's what this one will take some troubleshooting. So I say let's leave it at that, and then we'll see where it goes. And yeah, okay, that was messed up, but super interesting. Like I said, I've never seen it do that thing before. I'm pretty sure there's an incredibly simple answer about where I did something stupid. That's okay. More importantly, it's time to have a look at the showcase with the stuff that you posted. So let's see what we've got. Let's give this a refresh. Okay, and we've got Chris's upcycled cardboard builds. Let's see, from left to right. Sold box trash cabins, modular farmhouse, Normandy style townhouse, and a small footprint barn. Stone foundation still to be applied. Ooh, those are looking good. So we've got all cardboard builds. I can see that use the. I'm not sure if did you actually clean out the one of the ends of the cardboard because that's a large area and it looks really clean. But yeah, I mean it's an effective way of building the frame for the buildings, and here it's done super cleanly. I see that you've also hidden the edges on this one. Always impressed by Chris's variety of structures. Yep, absolutely. And we've got another one here. Oh, these are nice. Cutting blanks for another 10 trash cabins. My 100% reclaimed cardboard terrain builds for an upcoming and annual craft fair. These are made from Amazon boxes and food packaging, nothing else. Yeah, that I mean, I love that about cardboard. It's like it's so easy to get, and there's always more of it. That's one of the reasons I had to waste it. To be honest, it's a super versatile material. So basically, Chris, I believe this is the same craft fair that you were doing last year, where uh, if it's the same one that I'm thinking about, Chris just mass produced these and just gave them out to all the participants. Because I'm building several dozen, I use fluted, single-sided corrugated sheets. But you can strip a face ply of the regular shipping boxes to make a similar roofing. Yeah, I was wondering about that because you can totally do the you know wet the surface and then peel it off carefully. But if you have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over, that's going to be a lot. The roofs on the soilbox structures used food packaging inserts. Ah, I think that's the white one with I I think I've seen that used in biscuit packages where it's like just the corrugated part with no plies. Yeah, but yeah, this is super clean work. Let's see if anything else bounced in. Okay, just wait. Newest there. I hate that it always jumps back to top, but I think this works fairly well. Okay, and I think that's all. Yeah, okay, I know those. These came from salting crackers. I got you. Okay, I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching me muddle through this. We will be back next week with Tom, and we'll be talking about Viking magic, so it's going to be one of our history streams. And yeah, remember that we've got 2 full weeks left for the papercraft crafting challenge. So if you're starting anything new or you really are struggling to finish your project, don't worry, you've got 2 weeks. You can do it. Except, Lisa, don't start another one. Finish the one you're doing right now. Okay? So, thanks again, everyone. Possibly see you on Wednesday on Just Fucking With You. And other than that, have a fantastic week. Bye.